what's up everyone, it's me SpeedSuperSonic bringing you guys another video. In this video today we are back again to talk about something very interesting, because this is a topic that I've been wanting to go into detail about for a while now, and I feel like finally now is a time to go into it because there's some kind of minor update, not entirely in relation to the Sonic movie 3 itself, spoiler alert, that's what we're talking about today, but something that's happened around it that may affect it at some point, and that will apply further pressure to a pressure that has already been there for a long time. As I'm sure you all know, the Sonic movie 3 has been confirmed for quite some time. It was actually confirmed long before the second movie even released, and a few months after the second movie's release we got an official release date announcing that the film would be releasing on December 20th of 2024. That is next year. We are getting closer and closer to this thing as time goes on. Filming should start at any point now, but what Paramount did when they announced the Sonic movie 3's release date and picking the release date was putting it putting it right on top of quite possibly what could become one of the biggest movies of all time, and that is Avatar 3. That is right, as of right now, both Avatar 3 and Sonic movie 3 are expected to be releasing on the same day. Do I think that will stick around? I don't entirely believe it. I believe somebody will move either before or after, whether that's by a few weeks or maybe even a few months, because they just need to get the hell out of the way of Avatar. Or maybe Avatar, needs more time in the oven and they don't release it and they delay that movie. That'd be amazing. But as of right now, as it stands, Sonic is about to go against quite possibly what could become one of the biggest movie franchises of all time. Avatar, the first one at least, is the biggest movie of all time. And Avatar: The Way of Water, the sequel to that movie that released last December, is already like the third highest grossing movie of all time. That's kind of crazy. When this was announced, of course, there are a lot of people saying, it's completely different markets, Sonic will do well against Avatar, and then the new Avatar movie came out, and everyone's like, oh this could be a problem. The claim that Sonic will do fine against Avatar, it will be a friendly battle, there's enough of a divide there. People are very mistaken on how the movie business, box office, Hollywood works. By no means does any movie, regardless of your demographic, want to go against Avatar. Even more than a Marvel movie, even more than a Star Wars movie, I think Avatar is an extremely dangerous franchise for one to go against. I've heard the argument, oh, it's completely different markets. The Sonic fan base makes up like 0.1% of the general movie-going audience. The general movie-going audience who isn't this crazy, they're gonna want to go see the movie that appeals to them most, and they're not gonna go see 2 movies in a weekend. They're gonna pick one because it costs like $50 to go to a movie with your family nowadays. It's expensive to go to the movies nowadays, so you gotta pick your film. And they're probably gonna pick the film that's part of a long-running, multi-billion-dollar grossing movie franchise that has spanned for over a decade at that point, and that will have infinite amount of hype around it at its release. I'm not saying Sonic won't have that. I'm sure it will have a great marketing campaign, and I'm sure the film will be solid because the past 2 films have been solid. But Sonic simply is not Avatar. I would like to compare this, and this might sound kind of disrespectful, but Star Wars: The Force Awakens came out back in 2015. The Return of Star Wars, it is the highest grossing film in domestic history, meaning the US. No movie has made more than that in the United States of America. Star Wars is just very big here. It's like that. But who's also weird is a studio called 20th Century Fox, who decided to release their film the same day as Star Wars. What is that film? Alvin and the Chipmunks: The Road Trip. And guess what? That film did so bad at the box office, it killed the entire Alvin and the Chipmunks movie franchise. Have you guys been just sitting on the edge of your bed every morning waiting for the notification on your phone of an Alvin and the Chipmunks 5? You want to know why you haven't got that? Because they decided to go head-to-head with Star Wars. Look, the Sonic movies are way better than the Alvin and the Chipmunks movies. I don't think anyone's arguing that. But it's at least comparable of having Sonic going against Avatar the way that Alvin and the Chipmunks tried to go against Star Wars. Both are now owned by Disney. Both have massive marketing campaigns behind them, and both are multi-billion-dollar franchises and are extremely popular here in the United States. I've heard the argument, who cares about Avatar? Everyone cares about Shadow the Hedgehog. And to my argument to that is, you need to go outside and talk to some people. My friends in real life who aren't terminally online, they all love Avatar. They actually have like nostalgia for the original one, and they were extremely excited to go see the new one. And I'm sure with an even shorter break between Avatar 2 and 3, people are going to be even more excited for the third, which is supposedly like already been hyped up to be an amazing film by James Cameron and everything like that. I'm just emphasizing that this battle that will potentially go on as of right now, if these films were to release right now, they'd be going against each other, and I don't like the way that looks. I'm not saying Sonic would do it incredibly terrible, but it would get trounced by Avatar. Sonic has a big fan base. Sonic movies have been popular, but they have chosen the right release dates. Sonic Movie 1 had literally no competition around it except for the week before when Birds of Prey came out. Nobody wanted to see that. I think it was R-rated, so barely anybody could see it if you had like kids or something like that. Also wasn't a great movie. Sorry to any Birds of Prey fans out there. And Sonic Movie 2 had its entire opening weekend to itself, except for the weekend after, which had the new Harry Potter movie, I think, came out, the Fantastic Beasts sequel. Thankfully for Sonic, the interest in the Harry Potter franchise and the Fantastic Beasts franchise in particular greatly shrunk because the movies just weren't up to snuff. So even though it didn't get like the 2 weeks in a row thing that the first Sonic movie got, it was able to reclaim its top spot at the box office the weekend after. The Sonic movies have chosen the right release dates and also have received the right word of mouth, so they're telling their friends and families to go see the movies, and they're going back to the theater again to watch it for a second, maybe even third, or even more than that, a fourth or fifth time. So it's going to keep driving up the box office. Releasing a week or two before Avatar or after Avatar is a different story, but releasing the same day of, not a smart idea. And now things are becoming even a little more sticky for Sonic because a new film is entering kind of the stratosphere of where Sonic 3 and Avatar 3 are at right now. A new Jordan Peele film is going to be releasing on Christmas Day, Wednesday, December 25th. Jordan Peele films do good at the box office. They are good movies, very good movies in fact. He's one of the most interesting filmmakers out right now in my opinion. If you guys don't know, he's made Get Out, which is like one of the most iconic films of the past few years, and his most recent film Nope released in 2022 and was very popular and very successful and did very well. Even if his sophomore film wasn't the greatest in my opinion, traditionally what he makes is amazing and spectacular, and I love Jordan Peele. I think he's great. And I think America and a lot of people like Jordan Peele too, and they are going to want to go see his new movie. That is further more competition and a film that I don't even see moving from its release date. I think it knows its place, I think it knows what it is, and I'm excited for that. But this is just more competition adding on to Sonic that might build and build until it's kind of drowned out in the zeitgeist at the time that these films are set to release at. So, with all of this said, what do I think the move is? If I was put in the seat of Paramount, what do I do? I'm gonna bite the bullet. I'm releasing this film in 2025. I know, you guys are probably pissed at me. I understand. I think you can find a very nice spring release date somewhere around Easter, kind of similar to Sonic Movie 2. Unless you get this thing started immediately, and this is not what I would do, let me be clear, and just try to get this out as fast as possible so it can maybe come out in November. I don't want this thing anywhere near Avatar, and I think having the movie spend some more time in the oven, getting it away from dangerous competition like Avatar 3, is the way to go. The point is, I think having basically all of 2025 to decide where to put Sonic 3 in, I think you'll find a spot, and I think they should try to claim that as soon as they can so they can kind of tell movies not to go around there. But I want to do this immediately because I do think there is the chance that you hold on to this December 20th spot and cross your fingers and pray that Avatar 3, like Avatar 2 many times, is going to get delayed. The hope is that that movie will move to summer 2025. The VFX need to take a little more time in the oven, you never know. But they've also been working on Avatar 3 for a while now already. The film's already entirely shot. It's just all about VFX at this point. So Sonic Movie 3 hasn't even started filming yet. I think they chose this release date because they do genuinely think there's a chance that Avatar 3 can move, but if it's not going to, they can move as well. We'll see what happens, but the release dates and the films surrounding it do scare me for Sonic Movie 3. This is not me talking about the quality of Sonic Movie 3, if I think it will be good or not. I have the utmost confidence in the team working on it because they've already delivered 2 films that have really delivered for me as a Sonic fan. But I think we'll just have to wait and see if any release dates change, but if it doesn't, both Avatar 3 and Sonic 3 release on December 20th. Don't be surprised if that might be the end of the Sonic movie franchise. But this is where I pass it off to you. What do you think? Do you think that Sonic Movie 3 and Avatar 3 are going to release on the same day, or do you think a film will switch release dates? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'd love to know what you guys have to say. Feel free to follow my social media links on my Twitter and Instagram messages below. You can follow those, my season, my life, your content, and all things Sonic the Hedgehog. But most importantly, if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. This is the #1 destination on YouTube for all things Sonic. Whether it's video games, TV shows, movies, comics, merchandise, and more, we talk about it all. Can't talk too much, but I've been receiving a lot of emails, a lot of texts from people. I can just say that we got some stuff on the way. So stay tuned. I love all you guys so much, and this is the spot to be for all things Sonic. Remember, I keep telling you guys that. I love all you so much. You guys are the best. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Wonder what you want right now. Wonder what you want right now. Used to be about it, but used to be about it, about it. Counting all my blessings and count my dollars. Make it all better tomorrow. I tell you how, bro. If you see me at the bottom, take a half.